Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome everybody back to the Reps and Reflections podcast, where we build stronger minds, stronger bodies, but even stronger connections. Got another treat for you today. My kinfolk, my sister from another mister, my big cousin, you call her whatever you want to. I mean, she's absolutely my heart. Um, but the reason that I felt compelled to have her on the show today is because this is someone that I extremely look up to. Has been one of my role models for a very long time. Just like I said, we basically grew up as brother and sister, along with my little sister. We were always together. So she probably knows more about me than most people know, which I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. So ain't no telling what's gonna come up in this episode, ladies and gentlemen. So um, her name is DeShanta Aldridge, and she is a licensed hair professional. And we'll kind of get into the nooks and crannies of exactly what that means throughout the podcast. But again, not a long intro. Without further ado, cue the intro. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As you see, we have our guest here, DeShanta Johns Aldridge.
There you go.
I gotta throw in the Johns because that's my kinfolk right there. You know what I mean? Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank
Welcome
you for
to the
having
show.
me. Thank you for having me.
It's a blessing.
Yes.
Yes. It's been a long time coming, but I'm glad that you accepted the call and you answered the call.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
So one thing that I want to do is I just kind of want to start off by showcasing who young Trey was, right? How was your upbringing?
Whew.
Yes.
My mother was a single mother. I was an only child that my mom had. I have a sister and brother from my dad. But mom was a single mom. However, I didn't feel like an only child growing up because I had so many cousins. So there was the village, a lot of uncles and aunts, grandmother that that contributed to who Trey is now today. Yes.
Amen. Amen. And what about like early life with schooling and social life? Like how were those things? Class clown.
Well,
how you doing?
So the dynamics of the family, right?
Yeah.
Just to let you guys know. So there's an older set of cousins. I'm the younger of the older set of cousins. Then there's a small break, and then there's there's you guys that come in.
Yeah.
So when going to school, I always had cousins around, right?
Man.
Most of the time, I had cousins around, so I felt safe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I felt safe, even though they taught me how to defend myself, but I felt safe.
Yeah, man.
It wasn't until I got to high school where I was the only one. So when I went into freshman year, I had this mad dog look on my face, like I had to, really,
absolutely,
really, show people who I was, And then you can tell by my the school IDs, how freshman year I had this mean mug, like some Queen Latifah stuff going on.
Set it up.
Sophomore year got a little bit relaxed.
Yeah.
Junior year more relaxed. Then by the time I became a senior, I was smiling in my pictures and stuff.
Yes.
So I had to go in with that mindset.
Yeah.
But I was cool. I had a lot of friends because I'm a class clown.
Yes, you are.
Had a lot of friends who was well known.
Yeah. Going off script a little bit, I will never forget. I said in the intro that I looked up and I look up to you so much. If it wasn't for you, I probably wouldn't have gone to college or even in high school done theater.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
When I saw you play, was it
Grease?
No, it was Grease, but the character.
Oh, Jan.
Rancha. Yeah, Jan. Rancha. Here's that spaghetti. Yes, when you played Jan in Grease, I remember it was on UT campus. I think it was your senior year.
UT campus was another play. and I played a peasant, an old peasant woman. I can't remember.
Where was
Can't remember the name of
Greece?
that play. Greece was at Johnston.
Are you
It
serious?
was just that Rick Garcia was so good, Mr. Garcia.
Oh
I
my
have to
God.
give my hat off to Mr. Garcia. That's pops there.
Yeah.
But I have to take my hat off to him because he made us make our own sets. So you probably thought that it was university type sets because that's what we made our own sets. We were back there. I mean, cutting wood and nailing and drilling. And
Trey, y'all made the car?
The car, and that's crazy,
I was
right?
about to say.
That's crazy because rehearsal was nuts. That car came in, and we had an excellent crew, right?
Yeah.
That car came in, and I remember the first time they brought it in, I was like, "Oh Lord, this car is gonna go off this stage, and it's gonna go into the audience." But the crew was awesome. They knew when to bring it in. They knew how to stop it, where to stop it. So we built our own sets. Like
that was
you talking about, Greece was awesome. Yeah,
that was.
Yeah, we actually extended the stage out.
That's
to where yes,
because it didn't seem like I mean, it was so long ago. I mean, but I remember it so well.
Yes.
Obviously, Grease is one of my favorites, right? But after seeing you, you know, in that production, it was just phenomenal.
Thank you.
You know, oh, absolutely,
Thank you.
absolutely.
Thank you.
And then, go ahead.
I know I like playing Jan because
Yeah,
that was a lot like who I am.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I said, she didn't audition for that. Mr. Garcia gave her that role. Mr. Garcia
No, but you
gave
know
her
what?
that
I'm gonna
role.
tell you though. He didn't give you anything.
No, yeah.
He made you, even though he knew a role was for you, he made you audition.
Yeah.
And I remember, I believe it was Romeo and Juliet that we did. There was another girl that me and her were going after the same role, and she was a tough cookie.
Yeah.
She was a tough cookie. I got to give it to her. But he made me, he's like, ain't no handouts here.
And that's good.
Yeah, and I can't remember which one got which role, but we fought it out.
That's interesting that you say that, is because obviously we built our own sets, and I mean, obviously, like when you're in high school, they want to make sure that you get the whole gravity of to know, like, if you want to do theater, understand that it's more than more than rehearsing, it's more than lines, it's more than staging, it's more than, I mean, you got lighting, you have production, you have
costume,
you have costumes, you have stage director, assistant stage director, right? Like you have so many.
And if there's
different
music
things.
involved, there's
there's orchestra, and all of that. So I remember doing like Cinderella. And I was actually the assistant director of that play my senior year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And so, your Garcia was my Mrs. Taylor.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Nobody could stand her. She was just this hard ass, you know what I mean? But she did it because she wanted you to know how serious she was about her craft.
Yeah.
And once you got to know, I was one of her favorites.
Yeah.
I was one of her favorites. And I'm coming from football. I'm coming from powerlifting, right? And she worked with all of that. And I actually told her about you.
Really?
I'm about to get him.
Really?
I actually told her about you, and why it was so important to me. And she pushed me.
That's good.
She pushed me. I mean, so I was able to have 3 lead roles my senior year, and then my freshman year at Prairie View. That's when we also had to build our own sets, and it's something that's called we call it a black box, where it's just a room where we have to build the set up. We have to build the stage and build all the props and build. So we had to build everything. Wow. You know what I mean? But even when I got there, when they're talking and asking you about, well, I mean, what made you even want to do this? Trey name kept coming up. Trey name just kept coming up, and I don't even think. I say these things because I don't know that you fully know how much you inspired me.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And even when I'm sitting here doing this, like, this is a performance.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yes, we're being authentic, we're being ourselves, but I mean, we're hoping to entertain.
Yeah.
But we're also hoping to provide vital information and vital life experience, right?
Absolutely.
That will hopefully touch one person.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not about the grooming. It's not about the coaching. It's about connection. right?
Absolutely.
And how can we provide people some skills and the ability and the mindset to be the best versions of themselves, right?
Good stuff.
And so, what inspired you to become a licensed hair professional?
Whew. So let me go back a little bit, because it's not one of those things where, oh, I knew I wanted to do this, and this was, I always wanted to do this, and I told people this and that, and I wanted to do this. No, it started out and I remember vaguely, had some cousins at the house. Oh, it's my older cousin, slightly older cousin, and their mother went. I think I don't know. We went to Walmart or something. Brought back some clippers. I guess maybe she was tired of taking them to the barbershop.
Wow.
paying to take them to get haircuts. So
moolah.
She came and threw this bag on the bed, and we were in there playing Nintendo.
Yeah.
Old school Nintendo.
Man.
We had to blow the cartridges. Had to blow the cartridges.
We do all the tricks.
So we're just sitting there playing Nintendo, and we look like, what is this? So I look in the bag. I'm like, oh, it's some clippers. So I went in the bathroom, plugged them up, started playing with them. So here they come, let's,
What's up?
Yeah. So I started cutting their hair one by one. I was messing them up. I was messing them up at first, but I became good at it. That's when the chili bowl cuts were out. So you didn't have to do any fading. Anything, just had to make sure that line was straight all the way around, and maybe an edge up. I don't even know if I did an edge up at first. Maybe I don't know, but I gradually got better at it. I started edging them up. I remember Rodney. His edge up was all over the place. He was like like Eddie Monster hairline. So that's how I got good with the hairlines, right? The edge ups, because I had to create his. But
so you're a magician too?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I got a hat full of tricks, but so we would go to school, and then after school, that's when the Yo MTV Raps was on.
Oh yeah.
And most of the cats that was on Yo MTV Raps was from like East Coast, right? So that's when the fade. They started showing the fade, the high top fades, and I'm like, what are we gonna do now? So I said, well, hey, just do it. And again, I was messing them up at first, but just gradually started getting better. And then from there, just started doing other people, friends, family, things like that. So so that's how I got started. You know?
Yeah. Well, I gotta say, like,
you were one of those.
I was about to say. I gotta say that I may not have been Agent Zero. Okay, you may not have had to create no headlines for me.
No, didn't have to do that.
But I remember knowing very early on, even through the mistakes, just the attention to detail. Like, Trey, in that old trailer.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. William Cannon,
South Side, South Austin, Texas. In that trailer, in that tiny bathroom, where you sit on the toilet, and you don't even have elbow room for the sink. Trey, I'm telling you, anytime I sat there on that toilet while you were cutting my hair, if I didn't, like, it felt like I was in a barbershop.
Yeah, you trusted me.
I trusted you. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, but this is my sister.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is my big cousin. And again, like, the attention to detail that you took with it. Like, look, I knew way before you, apparently, that this was your calling. Wow. You know what I mean?
Apparently other people did too.
A lot of people did, right? You were so late to the party. Okay. I'm trying to tell you. So I'm glad you finally caught up. Okay. Because for us, the people who you were providing that service to, we felt good after you were done.
Well, thank
we
you.
were able to look ourselves in the mirror and smile. You know, what I mean, I think even I started singing last time you cut my hair, I
Yeah,
was
you did.
singing. I
You
did.
did.
I mean, I was over there singing. Ooh, I got it.
I got it.
Ooh. I mean, I was in there jamming just because that look, and so we all knew that you were great.
Well, thank
I'm
you.
gonna give you that.
Thank you.
You great. Like you're great at what you do. You've grown. I mean, when I see the pictures, when I see the designs, even when I see your son's hair and your other son,
Yeah.
Davion and Darius, like I see the modeling your designs and things and other customers, right? But I think about those
Think
times in
about
South
that.
Austin
Yeah.
on that toilet and where we started, right?
Yes.
I wasn't using the toilet, just to let y'all know, okay? That was the barber chair, okay?
That was the barber chair.
So we all knew way before you. So my
Yes.
question is, what was the specific moment when you realized that this was your calling? That you said, you know what, this is who I am.
Well, like you said, you knew you told me, right?
Yeah.
Everybody told me. Everybody was
Yeah.
telling me, you need to go to school. You need to get
Yes.
licensed. You need to get licensed.
Yes.
At the time, I had a family. I had
Yeah.
kids, had a husband, and
Mm-hmm.
I was working.
Yeah.
That's when I was in the corporate
Oh yeah.
world. Knew I didn't have no business being in there.
It ain't for everybody.
PTO was more than a friend to me. I couldn't wait till it started over.
What time is it?
People talk about it, when my PTO carry over. I'm like, carry over? What's that?
You keep yours that long?
I need to borrow some of yours. But so a lot of people told my mom, my husband Robert, everybody was telling me, y'all cousins, uncles, everybody was telling me, but I was working. I'm like, I'm making money. So then it wasn't until I was working at an insurance company. Let's just say that. And they put me on a permanent vacation.
Oh. Ooh.
They put me on a permanent sabbatical. So
you don't have to come back.
We got it.
Yeah, today when you go to lunch, stay on lunch.
just don't. Yeah, just take your purse. So so it wasn't until then.
Yeah.
And I was sitting at home, and I believe our cousin Vicky, she called me.
Yeah.
And we were talking. I think she called me about something. Maybe I think it was about keys or something like that. Because stepdad Alvin is a locksmith.
Before you get into that, like how long has cousin Vicky, what up, cousin Vicky? How long has cousin Vicky been doing it?
At the time or now?
At the time.
30 something years.
30 something years. Yeah. So when she called you, you was like,
yeah.
Do tell.
Well, it didn't even start out like that.
Okay.
It started out because she was calling me about, getting some keys or something made, getting in touch with Alvin, Pops.
Yeah.
So she's, so we started talking about something. And she goes, okay, well, let me let you go because I know you're at work. I said, I ain't at work. She said, well, what are you doing? I said,
I'm on lunch.
I'm on this permanent sabbatical.
I've been on lunch for 2 weeks.
I'm on this permanent sabbatical right now. So she says, Trey, why aren't you in school? And I said, I don't know. Right now, I'm just collecting, unemployment. So she goes, Trey, you should be in school. And I was like, okay. So at that point, she was the only one because she's in that industry, right? So she was the one who gave me the information. She was like, do this, do this, do this, and I was like, okay.
Gave you the blueprint.
Yeah. So I said, okay. So I went and signed up for barber school.
Yeah.
Went down there, and I think it was maybe a year or two wait list.
Yeah.
And I called her back. I said, I got on. I'm signed on. Yeah. And she said, okay, when do you start? I said, well, they said it's like a year or two later. She said, oh, no. Oh, hell no. She said, go to cosmetology school. She told me, gave me the information and everything. And I was like, but I want to be a barber. She said, it's the same thing.
Same thing.
The only thing they do is they don't teach you how to shave. I said, cool. She's actually get more out of it. I said, cool. So I went and signed up for CTBC. And that from when I started, from that day on, when I started, she either called me, texted me, or visited me and pushed me.
Yeah.
There were times where I was tired because, I was going, I have autoimmune issues, right? So I was tired sometimes. Sometimes I just didn't feel like going, right? I was just burned that tired.
Yeah.
And she would call me. She said, "What are you doing?" She's excited. What are you doing right now? And I'm like, nothing. She said, "Where are you?" I said, "Home." "If you don't get your butt to school, this and that." And I was like, "All right, let me get on up and go to school." So that was that push.
That accountability.
That push.
That support.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that's where that started.
And so what were some of the early challenges that you faced when entering the industry?
When entering the industry.
Yeah.
So I had clientele, right? Because, I was practicing, right?
Yeah.
I had some clientele. And then at school helped me to get clientele as well. But I didn't have the clientele to where it would pay the bills.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Little pocket change.
Bills.
Yeah, absolutely. Bills. Yeah.
So that was a little bit of a struggle.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until I got to Jesse Webb.
Yep.
The loctician. Got over there. And because that's where I went when I graduated and got licensed. I went to his shop first. And I started, so I had clientele already, right? And then I got some walk-ins and stuff over there. But he had me, I was shampooing for him as well. So in between my clients and whatever walk-ins I took, I would shampoo for him.
Right.
From there, like, you may as well start, you know how you may as well.
I already know.
As he doing, you may as well start learning how to do this. And I'm like, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So he taught me how to do locks.
Yes,
so
he did.
I started getting more clientele, and then I would do the clientele that he had that needed cuts or edge ups and things, so I would get them too.
Right.
So it kind of built
absolutely
off of that.
Yeah.
So that was a challenge.
Yeah. Okay. And it's interesting that you brought up Mr. Webb because he's actually the person that did my very first locks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just seeing how clean his were, I was just like, you called a loctician. Yeah, let me go ahead and let me go ahead and rock with you. You know what I mean? And I just fell in love with the look, fell in love with locks in general.
Yes.
You know what I mean? As you can tell.
Yes.
And as you can tell, and so shout out to Mr. Jesse.
Shout out to Jesse.
Yes. What is he up to now? Is he still
he's still there. He's at a shop on 183.
Okay.
Yeah, Anderson Lane 183, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
That road got about 6 different names. Anderson 183, Ed Bluestein.
For real, everything. And so you brought up earlier. You brought up a little bit about Mr. Garcia.
Yes.
You brought up your cousin Vicky, and then you brought up Jesse Webb.
Yes.
And the next question is, who were some of the mentors or role models that influenced your journey? Right. Obviously, those three. Absolutely. But were there any more that really kind of influenced your journey?
There's an array of people that poured into me.
Yeah.
That poured into me. Gosh, I can sit here and name for days, but Lisa J, Carolyn, and Colleen Harker Heights. There's so many. Tracy. Well, I don't know what Tracy go by now. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Tracy's last Smith. I know she's a Smith now. Tracy, I used to work with her at Sawtell, but she's also a stylist that's been in the industry for a while. She dropped me some jewels. God, there's so many. And I wish I could,
of
write everybody down because it's so many. There's so many. What's crazy is that I've had some mentees in the industry.
Amen.
And how they say you're a mentor to people, but they also pour into you. And I can honestly say Dominique is one of those people that I'm her mentor, but then she pours into me as well. Kenya, I got to shout out to Kenya. There's a lot of them. There's so many many people that pushed me along the way, gave me gems, and just along the way, I got a shout out to my school, CTBC. Oh man, they were awesome. The painters, all of them.
And you want to shout out the school, like it's at Central Texas,
Central Texas Beauty College. Yeah, in Round Rock, Texas.
Yeah.
They awesome. Got to give it to the painters.
Yeah.
Good people.
And you brought up Dominique. Y'all's relationship, you can tell how good it is because y'all have worked at several locations together.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because when I showed up the other day, you said, "You remember Dominique?" I said, "She here too."
That's her shop. That's her shop. That's how, you know,
exactly
things come back to, you know, because she was actually a transfer from Paul Mitchell into Central Texas Beauty College.
Wow.
So when she got there, mind you, I was one of the OGs in the class. I was well into my 30s, right? So I was one of the older students,
right?
So I say, don't ever let nobody tell you you're too old to do anything.
Talk to them.
But so when she got there, she already had hours, right?
Yeah.
But she told me, you're gonna be my mentor. You know, she told me that.
Yeah.
And it was an incident where I had to go into auntie mode with her.
Yeah.
And pull her back. And I think from that day on, she was like, "Oh, snap! Yeah, you my mentor.
You real. Yeah,
you real." So, when she graduated, because she graduated before I did, because she already had hours before me.
Yeah.
So I sent her to Jesse's shop because I knew that's where I was going.
Right.
So she had already gotten some experience over there. So once I graduated, I just fell into place.
Yeah.
Right. So then when we left from J. Andre's, because the shop had closed and everything. Right. So she found another shop and told me to come on. So I went over there.
Yeah.
And then I kind of did my own thing after that. And then now she has her own shop now. So I'm over there with her now. So yeah, so things just, come back to come back full circle. Yeah.
But it's all about connection.
All about connection.
It's all about networking and trust. You know, I mean, when you find people that you appreciate, respect, love, care about, and all those things, man, like y'all just sharpen each other.
Yes, and it's genuine. It's really genuine. It's like family,
right?
Like family.
Yeah, and so obviously, the general consensus will say that as far as like cosmetology, there's predominantly female, and barbers are predominantly male. And I think the bulk of your profession is barber.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
and so what has your experience been like as a female in this industry as a barber?
So it was challenging.
Yeah.
It was challenging because you have some men and women. And I didn't know this. I thought maybe it was just my naive mind. I thought it was just the men.
Right.
There's some women as well that rather have a male barber or person, that's cutting their hair. So it was challenging at first. And I was in my feelings about it at first.
Yeah.
But then I had to kind of slap myself and shake myself up and say, you know who you are?
That
what lineage you come from, girl?
Bloodline.
Your bloodline, So having thick skin, having a little maturity behind me as well.
Yeah.
And my faith helped me in that era. In that, So I went from, because at first it was like, well, I can show you, then I said, no.
Yeah.
Let them see. Yeah. So I went from that to, they were, and I'll give you some examples, like when I was at Generations Barbershop. Shout out to Alex too.
I remember. Yeah.
Shout out to Alex. But when I was at Generations Barbershop, out of 13 barbers or hairstylists or whatever you want to call it, I was the only female.
Yeah.
So for you to be the only female out of 13 in a high volume walk-in shop,
yes,
You have to have some,
you gotta have
some experience behind you. But anyway, and I would sit back and I remember, the guys would, no. I'm like, I'm available, and no. So then they would sit back and watch me cut, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then after trying to wait on the person that they're waiting on, like, oh, wait a minute. What's she doing? And then next thing you know, can you go ahead and give me, well, now I have an appointment, so I can't get you now.
Exactly.
Maybe next time.
Time.
So so that was a good feeling. That was a good feeling. I remember one guy, because by this time I was cutting out of in the back. I was cutting out of his office at this time, because he had brought another barber in, right? Yeah. So I come out to ask something, and one of the fellas, I guess he was in a rush. He's like, "Hey, you cut good?" And I looked at him, because and I can't remember. I was in the moment, because I was in between. I was cutting somebody's hair, but I came out maybe to ask about the AC or something. And he was like, "Hey, are y'all cutting in the back too? Hey, you cut good?" And I looked at him. I said, "No, I don't cut good. Get out of my face." One of the barbers was in the break room, because it was right there, and he come out. He's from New York. He said, "Yo, man, you don't want to mess with her. You don't want to mess with her, man." You cut good. And they laughed about that for days. But yeah, so it's one of those things.
Yeah. And so you talked a little bit about like you have mentors and you have mentees, and so speaking on this line, right? What advice would you give or provide to young women who want to break into not just cosmetology, right, but barber, right? Because it's all art.
Yes,
it's all art.
Yes.
And so, what advice would you impress upon them?
I would just tell them, go for it. Let me say this: if it's your passion, you fight for your passion.
Amen.
Fight for your passion, no matter what anybody else says, no matter what you think people are gonna say. Fight for your passion.
Yeah.
Do the necessary things that it takes to, get you to those steps.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I believe passion is such a strong word, right? And I think that it's been watered down throughout the years.
Oh, definitely.
Right? Just because it's one thing to say that you're passionate about something, but in those challenging moments, in the hard times, is when when you're being tested.
Yes.
That's when you realize, right? If sacrifice isn't on the table for your passion, it's probably not your passion.
It's probably not your passion.
You're probably misusing that word.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's something.
It's probably more like a hobby at that point.
Right. A hobby, something that you. I love that. A hobby, something you like to do, something that you enjoy. Right. But when like for me, I'm living in my passion.
Yeah.
I'm living in my purpose.
Yes.
Right. Like this. I love talk. I love to talk. I love to connect. I love to outreach. Whether it's coaching or counseling or training, I love to. I thank each and every one of my clients at the end of each session, and I say thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of your journey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Gratitude.
Because this is gratitude. Yeah. How do you maintain confidence and professionalism in a challenging situation? And before you answer that, I want to give the people a little background, because I have been a part of a couple of these challenging times for you, whether it was with customers, whether it was some coworkers, right? But this last time that I came in, I was getting I needed you to get me right. Because I had to do a photo shoot for the Austin Voyage magazine was doing a article on me, and I was like, I got to look my best. And if I need to look my best, I got to go to the best, right?
Okay,
and so as I'm in there, I'm chilling, you edging me, lying to me, and all of a sudden I hear a ruckus. I hear a ruckus in the next room, and it was actually Dominique was over there, but I didn't know that Dominique was there. But I just hear this guy just acting crazy.
Yeah.
He was acting a whole fool, right? And you know me, I'm a protector.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And for me, I didn't even have to know who that was next door, but I perked up. You know what I mean? And you were like, no, hold on. No, that's Dominique over there. Okay. Well, I mean, Dom got that. You know what I mean? She got that. You know what I mean? But even she handled herself professionally,
Yes,
right? But so
yes.
did you, because when I wanted to jump up out my skin and talk to this
Uh
dude,
huh. Uh huh.
you maintain that level of professionalism. Where does that come from?
Oh wow. So so two things, right? I went into protect mode first.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm
I
big.
do.
I'm big cuz big sis, right?
Absolutely.
And then Dominique is like a niece in the industry
Yeah.
to me, right?
Yeah.
So I went into protect mode first.
Mm-hmm.
Then the professionalism came.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah. So
and that's by
restraint, like restraint.
yeah, and that's by instinct.
Of course.
Um, and I think we were taught that too.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
I do. I
We,
do.
we were taught that. Um, and while we're on this, I have to give shout out to,
Yes.
first of all, grandmother.
Yep.
As most people say, Ruthie,
Yep.
Ain't Ruthie,
And
right?
Ruthie.
Grandma Ruthie. Um, she was one of the wisest
Talk to him.
women
Ever.
that I have ever encountered.
Yeah.
Her gems and her jewels carry me
To this
to this
day.
day.
Yeah.
And at the time, in the thick of it,
Mm-hmm.
right? In the midst
Yeah.
of it, you don't even realize,
Right.
right? You
Yes.
hear her,
Oh
you
yeah.
hear it,
Of course.
you
Yeah.
even, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Right. Right.
you even memorize it,
Yes.
right?
And use it.
Yeah, but until you grow up,
Yeah.
and like what the old folks say, keep on living, right?
Uh-huh.
And what's the old gospel that what do you say? You'll
Which
understand it
one?
better by and by.
Yes. Yes.
When you get older and when you start experiencing life,
Mm-hmm.
right? Start experiencing life.
Yeah.
That's when
Those jewels.
those jewels,
Yeah.
those gems hit
Yeah.
you. And I can name a few of them that
Mm-hmm.
just helped me
Right.
to this day.
Yeah.
And I remember one, and these are actual things that Grandma said,
That she
not
said.
not something
Right.
I'm making up, not something
No.
that I've heard.
No.
These are things that she would say to me. And
Absolutely.
and one of them is, when people show you who they are, believe them.
Period.
Okay.
Period.
Two, um, sometimes you have to feed people with long handled spoons, even if it's family or
Even if
even
it's
if friends,
family.
even if it's
Yes.
somebody that a friend that you've known for a long
Yes.
time, or what have you. Um, Another one is that, and this is not something that she would say, but I remember in conversation, and I can't remember. I know I was out of my teens at the
Yeah.
time, but I wasn't, fully grown. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I was a
You
little bit
was
over
a
my teens, and we were in
young adult.
conversation about something. And I was like, oh yeah, and I hate her and this and that. She said, wait, baby, wait a minute.
Mm,
She said,
mm,
don't ever say you hate
don't.
somebody.
Yeah.
She said, for one, it's not morally right.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, you never let somebody get you to the point
Mm,
where you even feel that way.
yeah.
I'm like, yes, ma'am. but now,
Right.
just going through things in life, I
Yes.
understand now. At the time,
Yes.
I was like, no, but I hate her.
Of
I hate that
course.
girl. You know,
Right.
no,
Right. I
grandma,
mean,
I hate
I hear what you're
her.
saying, but I don't
Yeah,
get it. I
but
don't get it.
I understand, right?
Well, the thing with that is, Trey, right, is that she that wisdom was created by
Y-
experience. And you can only understand it through shared experience,
yes,
right?
shared experience.
And
Yes,
and so once you experience those things,
yes,
and that thought pops in your head, you like, oh my God, like
yes,
like that fits this situation, or
yes,
that fits this situation. Long
yes.
handle spoon. I
Long,
love you,
uh-huh.
but I love you, but I gotta go. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And
yeah, yeah,
so yeah, I,
yeah,
I love that.
yeah. And last but not least,
Yeah.
and a lot of this stuff would just come out of nowhere. It wouldn't even
Right.
happen.
Man,
She
for
told me, and Grandma had that quick wit, right? That's where we get it from, right?
that
We get
part.
that quick wit,
Man.
right? She
Fool
said,
with us. Fool with us.
"If food you, if you want
Ooh,
to."
if you want to, cause we got that
You
clap
got that
back.
quick wit.
We got that clap back.
But she said, baby, And she said, I'm gonna be candid here because these are words that came out of her mouth. She said, baby, you ain't never got to kiss nobody's ass.
That period.
She said, now, every now and then, you might have to smell it. I said, oh, wait a minute. But I realize now,
yes.
You know?
Yes. It's
mind blowing. Like,
it's
like,
just, yeah.
What? And I realized that, like, even like I mentioned the corporate world earlier, right? The corporate world, I ain't gotta kiss you.
No.
But yeah, I may have to smell it a little bit, but I ain't
gotta
kiss
smell
it.
it a little
bit. Just nobody. My grandma told me that.
Just because you I'm employed by you, I gotta smell it a little bit, but I'm not bowing down to you. I am not for sale.
Not bowing down.
I'm not for sale.
And that's one thing she gave me, told me that, when you believe in something, you stand on it.
Yep.
You stand on it.
And now they say stand on business.
Yeah.
Our grandmother told us that a long time ago. Before stand on business.
Y'all new to this. We ain't new to this. We
true
to this. So
how y'all doing?
So those jewels, those gems carry me to today. That love.
Absolutely.
She taught us how to love each other, love people, no matter what color, no matter what. My grandmother was 72, 73 when she passed. And one of her very best friends was a white woman. Yeah. And and some people be like, oh, that, but in that era,
you got to realize the age. Yes.
That era.
Where she, how she came up.
Yeah. And that's why people, when come to our family functions and stuff, you're gonna see a whole array of people. And that's Grandma taught us that. Grandma taught us to just love.
Yes. Period. That's it.
And another person I have to, say is my mother.
Phenomenal
my mother.
Woman.
That lady, she had been, she had been through a car wreck in 1978 that people would say she shouldn't even be walking.
Period.
Right now, and that lady held a full-time job down and held a whole household down, and even helped other people along the way. Yeah. And
such a blessing.
That lady, she's full of love. Sometimes she be loving people, and I be like, Mama, why you loving that person?
Man, for real.
She on that level of forgiveness that I'm like, how you get there?
I'm still striving.
I'm not there. I'm like, here's the scale. I'm probably like, but she loves without limit.
Exactly.
And just never met a stranger.
No, she has not.
Sometimes we'll be somewhere. Robert be like, Trey, get your mama before we be here for an hour.
Oh no, she will hold a conversation, and she loves it.
Yes.
She loves the conversation. She loves the connection, and I tell you, my wife loves her so much because a lot of older people often talk at you.
Yeah.
Your mom talks to you.
Yeah.
And she's so genuine and authentic with when you talk about passion.
Yeah.
Your mom's passion is to connect with people.
Yes.
Is to learn and get to know people on a deeper level. That's deeper than surface level. It's not superficial. I don't know that I've ever had a superficial conversation with that woman.
No.
I mean, obviously we joke around, and you already know that's how we do.
We got jokers in the family.
Yeah. She got the little lift. You know what I'm saying? And she calls and talks, but at her core, she is such a beautiful soul. And she gets a lot of that from her mother. You know what I mean? Which is grandma.
Yeah.
So.
And and when you talk about her talks and stuff like that. We came from the era, I mean, we got whoopings, right? There wasn't no spankings. We got whoopings. Whoopings. And my kids got the same thing.
Absolutely.
But you talk about her talking to you.
Yeah.
Those talks cut deep. There were times where I'd be like, man, just whoop me and get it over with.
Thank you.
Those talks.
Thank you.
And it's something about those women.
Yes.
The women we were raised by.
Yes. They know what to say.
When she get to talking, it's like my lips start trembling, and here come the waterfall.
They gone.
It's like, just whoop me and we can just get it over with.
Because a whooping is external.
Yeah. Yeah,
and it'll heal. It'll go away, and you forget it as soon as it's going away. When they hit you in your cerebellum, it sticks with you for life.
Yes.
It sticks with you for life. So yes, there's been often times, even with my father, like, man, just whoop me, please. Just whoop me, because I'm not looking for no wisdom right now.
Yeah. I don't need no wisdom.
I don't need nothing that I'm gonna be thinking about for the next 40 years of my life. Okay, I did this thing. Just whoop me.
Just whoop me.
Let's get it over with. I'll heal real quick. I'm young. I'm spry. But yes, when they hit you right there, it's different.
Oh yeah.
It's different, but it's beautiful. Now looking in retrospect, looking back on it, man, like
I deserve those whoopings.
I deserve.
I probably owe her some.
I was about to say, I feel like I got off easy, and I stayed in trouble.
Yeah.
And when we talk about the village, right? It was.
Yeah,
I mean,
village,
we came from the day where
you got popped by me.
by everybody.
Yeah. That's the one thing I don't like about the the other generations is like the aunt can't discipline in whatever form of discipline.
Of course,
it's I'm gonna tell your daddy or I'm gonna tell your mama.
Yeah.
No, it was
Man.
whoever was
Caught you?
the closest and caught you. That's who you got
Absolutely
disciplined by.
that's who you got disciplined by.
And I believe that is a lot that's missing from this new generation.
Taught respect.
Yes, respect.
That taught authority.
Yes,
that taught you to respect authority.
Absolutely.
And elders and across the board. It wasn't just, oh, I'm gonna tell them. I'm gonna tell them. Okay, so now this is the only person that I need to respect.
Absolutely.
Right? No, you respect your elders. You respect police officers.
Yes.
To an extent. You respect people that are your teachers.
Yes.
To an extent, right? No, and I'm just saying, right? Because
I hear you.
I mean, because some police officers and some some people in authority don't always have your best wishes, right? And so, but what this overall respect, what the village teaches you is that there are different ways to be disciplined. There's different ways to be supported, and you get to start to identify people's character.
Discernment.
Right?
That's
exactly.
where the discernment comes in.
There you go.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And so if you do run into that person that with some authority and you feel in a certain type of way, no, I need to remove myself from this situation. I'm gonna respect you with a long handle spoon.
Yes.
Right? I'm gonna respect you from afar.
Yes.
Right? Because I don't feel safe. I don't feel good in your presence. Right? And all of that allowed us to see these different personalities and different perspectives and views from adults.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I'm thankful for the way that we were raised.
Village, man.
The village
was solid.
It was, man, as
village
a rock.
Was solid, and it was faith based.
Man.
It was. I mean, the village was awesome. I had an awesome time growing up.
I know.
I think Kings Village, East Austin, South Austin. I had an awesome time. St. John's, yes. I mean, I had an awesome time. I mean, it was is one of them things you had to be there.
Oh no! Sometimes I talk about my life, and people are like, God, dog. I'm like, yeah, baby, we got a big family.
Yeah, you had to be there.
We got a big family. 3 brothers, married 3 sisters, and then we came along.
Yeah.
And so on and so forth.
Yep.
But you literally had to be there.
You had to be there.
You had to be there.
Yeah.
Jumping back into your profession, how does your work impact the community beyond haircuts?
Oh,
beyond cosmetology.
I have to say, I didn't know this going in.
Yeah.
Right. I didn't know this going in. I thought I was just going to be doing hair and making people smile and happy. And that's one of the things I have to, you hear me talk, say people's names a lot.
Yeah.
Jesse Webb. Jesse Webb was a transplant from New Orleans.
Yeah.
Right. During the Katrina.
Yeah.
Era. So I tell you, I gotta give it to those people from New Orleans because they live by a different creed.
Yeah, they do.
Right.
Yeah.
A level of gratitude and a different level of thanksgiving.
Absolutely.
And thankfulness. Right.
Just
so he kind of introduced me to giving back.
Yeah.
Right. We started when we were at his shop. We started doing feed the homeless for Thanksgiving or around the holiday era. Around the holidays, I should say. So we would go. We would all either cook or contribute. Get everybody involved, and we would meet at the shop. We would plate the plates up, and we would all load up in cars and go downtown and just feed the homeless. We also did do back to school haircuts. Lisa J. We do back to school haircuts, free hair services for. One of the things that I can say that I was more passionate about. I was more passionate about that that organization. The one that Lisa J had, because she would do it at Givens, which is in East Austin, right? That's where our roots are, right? East Austin. And, they've had some in Round Rock where, the school was a part of. They had some, in other places and all this other stuff. But that one was dear to me because it was closer to my roots. And it was more so geared toward underprivileged kids and families, whereas the other ones were just, just come get a haircut. And, there's people that, could afford it, hand over hand.
Absolutely.
So that was dear to me. And of course, some slip through the cracks, and that's fine.
Of course.
But the meaning and the meaning and
the intention.
The intention behind it was
pure.
And then, the east side, it's just something about, the east side and your
the
roots.
old east side.
Yeah, old east side.
The
There
old
you
east
go.
side. People
There
don't
you go.
understand.
There you go.
People don't understand how east and south used to be.
Yes.
It wasn't always the safest place to be. It wasn't always a safe place to be, but our family was so thick that we felt safe.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I was talking a little bit earlier about like the mindset and self-confidence. We'll get into her socials in a little bit, but when I tell you the transformations that you will see when you go on her Instagram or Facebook page or whatever, or her website, when you see those transformations, you can just see the light that's reclaimed in a lot of people's eyes, including myself. I mean, I've come in not feeling very good about myself, right? And then I sit in that chair, and not only is it just a time to communicate and have conversations with somebody that I adore and love, right? But I get to be still for a moment, right? In this busy world, right? Trying to run your own business and trying to get clientele, trying to make content, trying to be a father, trying to be a husband, trying to be a friend, all these things, right? Like that 45 minutes to an hour that I sit in that chair, and I'm just relaxed. And then when it's done, you hand me that mirror, and I already know what to expect from you, right? But it shocks me every time. I'm like, damn, she did it again.
Oh, thank you.
She did it again. And through your passion, it yields this feeling inside of myself that I am a beautiful person. Now my outsides are matching my insides. You know what I mean? Like it's we all wear these masks, right? But instead of like when I finish that cut, it's not even a mask for me anymore. It's my armor, right? You know what I mean? Let me go out into the world and give them the best version of myself from head to toe, inside out. And you know me. I'm very particular about who I let touch my head.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Put it like this. There's always these long lulls between when I come and see you, but just know that if you're not cutting it, if you ain't twisting it, nobody else is. You see what I'm saying? Like I mean, especially like the edge ups. I mean, my wife does the twist and wash and stuff like that. But as far as the edge ups and all of that stuff, I don't let nobody else touch my head. I don't trust nobody else, and maybe I need to work on that. You know what I mean? But I just don't. But no, That's beautiful. So where do you see the where do you see the ATX Groomer in the next 3 to 5 years?
Oh, that's up in the air right now. That's up in the
Yeah.
air. Uh, we'll see. You know, I've had a lot of people asking me about opening a shop. Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's been the golden
Here
question.
we go. So what's the whole up?
Well, so here's the thing. Here's the thing. Um, just being in different shops, you know, I observe. I'm an
Yeah.
observer,
Yeah.
right? And just being in different shops, the challenges that come with that is that you have to have people that are clicking on all the cylinders.
Mm-hmm.
So you might fill your chairs up, right? You might open
Yeah.
up a shop and fill your
Of
chairs up,
course.
right? Excuse me. But you're either gonna have people. You have some people that are coming in there and they're great,
Mm-hmm.
skilled,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
unprofessional as hell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Reek of weed,
Yeah.
reek of whatever else,
Right. Yeah.
alcohol,
Yeah.
whatever. And that's not the kind of shop that I want.
Mm-hmm.
Or you have the people that are not that great skill
Yeah.
wise, probably not even coachable.
Mm-hmm.
Then they're professional as
Yeah.
hell.
Right.
You know, so
Yeah.
that's the challenge. And then just people don't want to work. People want to view what we do as a hustle or as a hobby.
Yeah.
So that's the struggle,
Yeah.
especially after the pandemic. It wasn't so
Mm-hmm.
bad before the pandemic, but for
Yeah.
some, I don't know what it is about that pandemic, but it
Yeah.
really, you know, put a damper on that and on the you know on this industry as far as
Yeah.
people want coming in and doing
Mm-hmm.
that. That's why I tell Dominique, I said, girl, you were blessed with us because
Man.
Kenya, not only me, but Kenya is she's a vet in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
She worked with us at J Andre's.
Right.
So she has people in there, and then Shantae is in there too, who has her own business as well. She's a phlebotomist on
Yeah.
the side as well, has her own business, but she's in there too. So you have, I tell all the time, girl, you were blessed with us
Man.
because
I'm telling you.
people that already have clientele, people that are
Absolutely.
professional,
Yes.
people that
Yes.
no
Yeah.
nonsense,
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. It's yeah, I mean
So
it's
so to
definitely
answer your
yeah.
question, um, it's not out of
Right.
the spectrum, right?
Right.
It's not out of the scope,
Mm-hmm.
but that's one thing that I have been looking into.
Yeah.
So we'll see about
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I have to give my
Yeah.
husband a shout out too because
Amen.
had it not been for
That
him,
dude,
I
man.
wouldn't have been able to go to school full
Right.
time.
Yeah.
I was what the plan was. In my mind, I was like,
Mm-hmm.
well, I can go to school and just work a part time job. He said,
Yeah.
absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
He said, you finish school, I got us.
Yeah.
And he did that.
Yeah.
He did that. So
Yeah.
I have to give a shout out to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amen. That's
Yeah.
crazy that you say that, like, because it speaks to a a supportive spouse.
Yes.
You know what I
Yes.
mean? When I was in school, my wife had us.
Mm-hmm.
And now that my wife is in school, I got us.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
But
Like
that's how it works. It's a
that's
machine.
partnership.
It's a machine.
Exactly.
Yeah, car can't work without the engine and can't
Boom.
work without the transmission.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a machine, and that's how it's supposed to work.
I
There's
it's
been times where I've had to carry us. When he had
yes.
back surgery,
Yeah.
I had to carry us.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's what you do as a married couple, and that's what people
Amen.
don't understand.
Amen.
It's through sickness and health.
And in health. And in health. And the fact that because when you were in school, he was investing in you.
Yes. Yes.
Right. And when his
Yes.
back was out, you
Yes.
were investing in him. Right. And
Absolutely.
again, like when I didn't have to work when I was in school, thank God.
Mm-hmm. Thank
My
God.
wife was nursing and she held us down. And then now that she'll be graduating in May
Amen.
with her nurse practitioner, her mental
Amen.
health nurse practitioner degree. Um, she'll actually be done with her hours on Wednesday. You
That's
know what I
what's
mean?
up.
And she
Yeah.
has one more class tonight and one more project, and she walks across the stage
That's
May
awesome.
1st, right? But
That's
she hasn't
awesome.
had to work. You know what I mean? Why? Because she invested in me, which elevated me, which elevated us. And now we're on to another elevation.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
And trust me, there's more elevations coming, right?
Yeah,
Just like in your situation, there's more elevations coming, right? Because how we're built, as long as we breathe and we're forcing growth.
Absolutely.
Right? Because change is inevitable, right? Whether you do nothing or whether you force it.
Yes.
Right?
Still gonna...
So I want to force change in the direction that I want it to go. Right? So yeah, I love that. I love that. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, I mean, one thing that we do know about these next 3 to 5 years is you're gonna keep kicking that ass at designing and just and cutting and locking and washing and the attention to detail that we always talk about, right? You're gonna remain that professional. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I also have to give a shout out to my boys.
Okay.
My young men.
Yeah, absolutely.
Davion and Darius, because I have to say, Darius is the reason why I'm so good at designs now. Darius was the design guy. He loved the designs.
Yeah, he did.
Davion, not so much, but I practiced on him a lot too. And then on the locks, Jesse started his probably two times. I probably started them. I think I was the last one that started. But you know, the cuts and stuff like that. So and they were patient with me as well. You know, because they had to, you know, sacrifice as well. So
absolutely,
they were patient with me and they helped push me as well. So
well, I mean, they gave you more purpose.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
They gave you more purpose, right? And
Definitely.
they gave you something else to invest in.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Because again, I mean, if you can't invest in your children, right, then what are we doing?
Yes.
You know, and if your children are motivating you, right, if they're not one of those biggest motivators for you, and not monetary, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
But skill wise, right? You know, what are they seeing?
Yes.
What do they see? Right? What are they able to observe and witness as it pertains to what an adult is, what a parent is, what a wife is, what a husband is, what a big cousin is, right? All these different things that we try and impress upon our children by just osmosis, right? Just watch. Just watch. Don't believe me, just watch. Right? Just observe, right? Because I can tell you all these things, but I can always show you, but not can tell you. Right?
And Davion didn't realize, because you know everybody knows I'm a night owl, right?
Yeah,
I'm a night owl. I think we were cursed. Yeah, I think we were cursed by that. The whole family be up at 2-3 o'clock in the morning, responding to texts and messages and liking and posts and stuff. Man. But so I'm a night owl. But it wasn't until recent years that Davion realized that I would get up that early in the morning to go to work on Saturdays. He's like, wait a minute. You at work at 7 a.m. on Saturdays? I was like, yes.
You just went to bed at 3?
Yes. Yes.
You just went to bed at 4 o'clock in the morning? Yeah, I'm up.
He said, I didn't realize it. I said, that's what I've been doing. Because I go in at 7 on Saturdays. Yeah. You know, so I can get off early. Of course. And enjoy my Saturdays with the family or whatever. And he said, I didn't know that. I said, what time did you think I was going? And he said, I didn't know you were going at 7. I said, yeah. 10, you know, during the week, but you know, I try to go in early on Saturdays. That way I can enjoy the rest of my week.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Yeah.